said that you had to be chosen. I believed till I looked at Moses. Then I went to read my David and Saul. It ain't about if you're gonna be chosen, it's about if you're gonna answer the call. A lot of times when we're on this journey, trying to find ourselves, trying to find our purpose, we are looking at those who have accomplished or had some success in the very areas in which we're trying to pave a way in. But that comparison, a lot of time, it will cause us to not move forward. It would cause us to not feel worthy. It would cause us to not feel called to that. So a lot of us are talking ourselves out of the very things that we're asking for, simply because we don't feel worthy, simply because our past has, not been the cleanest. You haven't had sunshines and rainbows your entire life. You weren't always refined. So we feel that those things should hold us back, but that's not the case. That's not the case. Because when we look at Moses, when we look at David, when we look at Saul, those were all three individual people. They were unique in their own ways, and they were used in their own ways. They accomplished their own set of feats, of accomplishments, of goals. They have their own accolades. But see, a lot of the times, we are so caught up in the fact that we don't look like this. We don't sound like this. We don't dress like this. We don't talk like this. We haven't done this. We haven't experienced this. We haven't gone through this. So we're not worthy. We can't possibly be the ones to act out what we're called to do. It's not the case. It's just not the case, guys. And I want you to understand that. I want you to understand that your journey is unique. I want you to understand that your journey is specifically for you. You were called for a specific reason. It doesn't matter what you look like. It doesn't matter how you sound. It doesn't matter how you dress. It doesn't matter how they perceive you. It doesn't matter what the public opinion is. You must walk out that road. You must walk out that journey, because that road is specific for you. Let me give you an analogy, okay? Because currently what you're trying to do is you're trying to go into someone else's closet and put on their clothes. You're trying to go into someone else's shoe closet and put on their shoes. You're trying to put yourself in someone else's life when they have a different set of circumstances and experiences and skills and gifts. They got them to where they are. They're called for a different reason. So what I'm saying to you guys is, go get your own wardrobe. Go get your own shoes. Get them tailored for you. Don't get a one size fits all. Get your size. Make sure it fits to you. Make sure it highlights all of you. Make sure your shoes are comfortable to walk in. Make sure that they're presentable. Make sure they're stylish. Make sure they're you. Make sure they represent who you are, what you've been through. Because it is that person that arrives in their own everything. That's going to be what shifts the environment that you're going to. That's going to be what that environment needs. They don't need another copy of someone else. They need the authentic version of you. So don't look to compare. Don't look to live like someone else. Don't look to shoot yourself down because you haven't had the success that someone else had that's in your same field. Focus on your lane and everything will come. As you can see, guys, I started from seeds. I had a few pre-plants, the tulips, the Concord grape, that's the branch, and then the blueberries. Those three things were pre-plants. They're all in the same bin outside in my container bin that I made. But see, outside of those three things, everything else came from seeds. And see, in the beginning, because my grandmother and my dad, they garden. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm experimenting. They garden, and I'm being funny, I'm downplaying it, but seriously though, like they've been doing this for years, and I tried it, 2 or 3 years ago, and I had really no harvest. I had no harvestable success. I wasn't able to successfully harvest anything that grew, but I did have success growing, if that makes sense. And mostly everything that I grew 2-3 years ago was pre-plants. So I bought everything already grown out, no seeds. So I'm pretty much new to this. I have, I can say I have that one growing season under my belt. But again, I wasn't able to actually eat anything. The watermelon got ate up by the squirrels or whatever was eating them up. The tomatoes, the same thing. The bell peppers, the same thing. So yeah, I didn't get anything. The parsley, I take that back. So I was able to harvest the parsley. So I did grow parsley inside from seeds. So I take that back. We did start some seeds. But it was just the parsley that grew. None of the other stuff, the oregano, the basil, none of that stuff grew. And again, I just grabbed some dirt, threw it in some little containers. Like it was like plastic Tupperware containers that I used that year. But some of them grew. Like I said, the parsley did grow. But nothing else,
worked out inside. So this year, I'm experimenting, but they've been doing this for years. They've everything from rose bushes, tomato, cucumber, squash, like zucchini. They do it all. Like, my granny had so many tomatoes last year that she was giving away by the bags. Like, I'm talking about gallons, Ziploc bags at a time, little grocery bags at a time. So it's like they're pros. They're experiencing this, their expertise in this, their knowledge. You know what I'm saying? It's vast compared to mine. I watched a couple of videos. Well, I watched a lot of videos on YouTube, but I've never actually got my hands in it dirty until now. So their journey is different from mine. I can't compare. Now, do I take tips from them? Yes. I took tips from them. I looked at their wardrobe. I looked at their shoes. I looked at what they were doing. I looked at how they styled it. But I didn't try to put their clothes on. I said, you know what? I like that. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. Okay, cool. How can I make this more me, though? And this is what I came up with. My granny and my dad, they're in the ground. They go straight into the dirt with it. Well, I wanted to be able to, because my vision is taking me to acres. I don't know what my soul is going to be those first few years. So I have to be comfortable and ready to grow in any kind of environment. That includes in containers, raised beds, also the ground. But see, it didn't look like how it looks now. But through continued action, I was able to accomplish this. So what am I saying to you guys? I gave you guys a long-winded story to tell you guys this specifically. Your journey doesn't look like everybody else's. It's not supposed to. Because you're supposed to go get everything tailored up for you. It's supposed to fit you. It's supposed to be for you, especially made for you. God made it especially for you. So don't spend your time, don't waste your time, don't waste your energy and emotions looking at someone else's wardrobe, so to speak, looking at someone else's life and comparing it to yours, because they are being uniquely them. You be uniquely you. And through the action required, even though it may not start out the way it should, you know what I'm saying? You may have a bigger expectation. You may think that things are supposed to happen faster. There was times in which I was looking at those seedlings growing. I was like, man, I don't think nothing's gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? I still got one cup that ain't nothing sprouted through, but everything else is sprouting. But there was a time a couple of days ago, 2 weeks ago, when I was doubtful, but I just took action every day. I watered them. I turned my grow light on. I left it on for at least 16 hours. I watered them, and I just let them do them outside. Again, we put them out right before the frost came, you know what I'm saying, when the temperature dropped. So I had to pull them in, drop them in the basement, just to get them out the cold so they wouldn't die. But I just did small actions every day for the last 2 weeks. And this is what I'm getting now. This is what I'm able to receive. This is what I now have. So what am I telling you guys? Be uniquely you. Go get your tailor on. Style it up for you to fit your personality and take action every day. Be committed every day. And I promise you, will start to see things happen. You'll start to see a change. You'll start to grow and develop. I'm not talking about plants here. I'm talking about you. Have a great one.